Hello, and welcome to Small Biz Catalyst. This show is for entrepreneurs who want to consistently make a growing six-figure salary from their business. I've empowered over 20,000 students and entrepreneurs through financial leadership workshops, training, and courses. Every week, we delve into innovative strategies, success stories, and actionable insights to empower small business owners as catalysts of economic resilience. Whether you're interested in community development, economic policy, or entrepreneurship, this podcast is for you. Let's dive into today's topic. Hey there. Welcome back to Small Biz Catalyst. This show is for entrepreneurs who are done playing small and economic developers who are ready to build thriving communities. I'm your host, Ayesat Abiligan. Before we get into today's topic, I want to say this. If you stay with me until the end of this episode, I have a grand spotlight that is worth up to $20,000 for a business, a small business you know or admire. So don't turn it off before the end. Stay with me and I'll share that information with you. So before I dive in, I want to share what you learned in this episode. Today, we're revisiting the Startup to Success series. And today's business highlights, or today's business spotlight, is the Ice Shaker by Chris Gronkowski. What does it take to go from playing in the NFL to building a seven-figure private company out of your upstairs bedroom in Salt Lake, Texas? For Chris Gronkowski, the founder of Ice Shaker and the only Gronkowski brother who built his legacy off the field, it started with a warm protein shake and a gym floor covered in condensation ring. In this episode of the Small Biz Catalyst, we share Chris's story. The under-degree Dallas summer that sparks the idea, the sleepless nights, hand-checking 10,000 defective bottles, the Shark Tank pitch that changed everything overnight, and the lessons that any small business owner trying to turn a side project into something real would appreciate. Whether you're still working your 9 to 5 or you're already deep in the hustle, this episode is for you. Here's what you'll learn from this episode. 1. How a product idea is born, and why your frustration might be centered around your business plan. 2. The real reason Ice Shaker stayed a side hustle for over a year before going full-time. What happened the week the Shark Tank episode aired? The numbers might shock you. 4. The quality control nightmare that almost derailed the first shipment. And 5 lessons from Chris that apply to any product-based small business. Let's dive in. If you've ever lived in Texas or Dallas, Texas, our Junes are, well, warmer than warm. Hot is what I would call it. It was June in Dallas. Chris Gronkowski, who had recently retired from 4 NFL seasons, was at a Lifetime Fitness in Colleyville when it happened. His plastic shaker bottle had sweated through, leaving condensation rings on every surface. And by the time he took a sip, the drink was already warm. Chris went home and searched everywhere for an insulated bottle that could also mix protein powder. Nothing existed. So he decided to make one himself. The frustration became Ice Shaker, a vacuum-insulated stainless steel shaker bottle that holds ice for over 30 hours. doesn't sweat, it doesn't absorb orders, and works as hard as the people using it. The lesson? The best product business often start with a founder who is solving their own problem. If you can't find what you need, chances are millions of others can't either. So let's talk about the side hustle phase. Going from bedroom inventory and zero safety net. Chris launched the Ice Shaker in 2016 while his wife's business was providing for the family. With no pressure to replace a paycheck immediately, he could grow the business deliberately, hustling nights and weekends, doing shows, building sales, and proving the concept before going all in. Within the first 6 months, he generated roughly $80,000 in sales from a spare bedroom, shipping bottle one at a time. His goal was singular: get the valuation high enough to walk into Shark Tank and ask for $1 million evaluation. Not because he needed the money, but because he wanted a partner who could help him scale. The Shark Tank moment that changed everything. In 2017, Ice Shaker appeared on season 9 of ABC's Shark Tank. Chris made the unusual choice to walk without using his famous last name until his brothers Rob, Dan, Glenn, and Gordy came charging into the stage. He went in asking for $100,000 for 10% equity. All 5 sharks made offers. He walked out with a deal with Mark Cuban and Alex Rodriguez, $150,000 for 15% of his company, valuing the company at exactly the $1 million he'd set his sight on. The week that episode aired, Ice Shaker's website received over 65,000 visits. Sales went from $6,500 the prior week to $175,000 in 7 days. Overnight, his site also became a full-time operation, whether Chris was ready or not. So here's the growing pains that nobody talks about. Success created its own crisis. Chris had been storing inventory in his bedroom and shipping bottles in small batches. Within days of the Shark Tank airing, Chris realized he needed a warehouse, a team, and an entirely new business infrastructure immediately. And that wasn't the only early fire. The very first shipment of 10,000 bottles arrived with severe quality control issues. Chris and his team personally inspected every single bottle before shipping to prevent defective products from reaching customers. Here's my takeaway. Scaling is not the same as succeeding. When demand arrives faster than your system can handle it, the ability to adapt quickly and without ego is what separates businesses that survive the spike from those that collapse under it. So here are 5 lessons from Chris Gronkowski's stories for small business owners. Lesson number 1. Solve a real problem you've lived yourself. The best product businesses start with a first-hand frustration. Chris wasn't guessing the market need. It was the market. His personal experience gave him the clarity on exactly what the product needed to do and the credibility with customers who shared the same pain. Lesson 2. Use a safety net strategically, not as a crutch. The fact that his wife's business was covering household expenses gave Chris the runway to build Ice Shaker the right way. He didn't quit his day job immediately. He used that stability to hit a specific milestone before going all in. Side hustles become the full-time businesses when the numbers make the decision for you. Lesson 3. knowing the difference between a product and a business. Having a great bottle was one thing. Building Ice Shaker into the company required warehousing, quality control, fulfillment, hiring, and supply chain management. The product gets you in the door. The operation keeps you there. Lesson 4. Visibility is a strategy, not a lucky break. Shark Tank didn't find Chris. He positioned himself for it. He deliberately built sales volumes and business credibility before pitching, so he could walk in as a founder with leverage, not a hopeful with a prototype. Lesson 5. Quality control is brand protection. Checking 10,000 bottles by hand is not glamorous. But shipping defective product to your first wave of customers, especially after a high-profile TV appearance, can be brand ending. Chris protected the customer experience even when it was painful to do so. So where's Ice Shaker today? From one product in a spare bedroom to over 80 SKUs, Ice Shaker is now stocked in more than 3,500 GNC locations and UFC gyms across the United States, with collaborations including Dragon Balls and the NFL. In the year following the Shark Tank appearance, Ice Shaker generated over $3 million in annual revenue. For many of us entrepreneurs out there, the struggle is real. The challenges, the hustle is real. It's easy to allow a setback to push you down. But remember that you need to keep getting up. So when a defective batch comes in and you have 10,000 defective bottles, you have what it takes to protect your brand. You have what it takes to grow your business. So keep getting up, keep building, and be intentional in all your steps so that you can position your business for the goals that you have on your mind or the goals that you see in your mind. And now for the Small Biz Catalyst Grant Minute. Today's grant spotlight is the Intuit QuickBooks and MailChimp Small Business Hero Program. This grant is a $20,000 grant, and the deadline is May 15, 2026, so move fast. Who can apply? U.S. business owners age 18 plus who demonstrate courage, perseverance, and integrity. 3 winners are chosen each quarter. Nominations are now open. Anyone can nominate a business hero in their community. That means you can nominate a small business who could be the next startup to success story. For more information on this grant, go to quickbooks.intuit.com/offers/small-business-hero-program. As always, for a full list of resources, grants, and tools to help your business grow, visit us at smallbizcatalyst.org/resources. Before I let you go, here's your Catalyst Challenge of the week. Visibility was a strategy for Chris. I want to challenge you to review and evaluate your business and look at areas where you might not be as visible as you need to be. Are there clients that you're not getting in front of? Are there opportunities that you need to take, whether that's social media or LinkedIn? LinkedIn is also social media. Maybe a new channel where you are not visible enough, and create a plan and then act on it to make your business more visible. One action plan this week: how could you be more visible? If you take that step, please come find me, share with me. Send me an email, a DM, and let me know what you did. And hey, if this episode has given you something to think about, will you share it with another small business owner in your network who needs it? That's how we grow this community and keep building that resilient economy together. I'm Aisa Tabilligan. This is Small Biz Catalyst, and I'll see you next week. Until then, keep building your business. Your business is a catalyst for something bigger than you know. Until next time.